Factorials. Simplify 3 factorial. The exclamation mark that you see attached to the 3 is called a factorial, and the factorial button can be found on most scientific calculators. 3 factorial means that we're going to find the product of all natural numbers less than 3 and 3 itself. So if we were to write this out, 3 factorial is the same as 3 times 2 times 1. You just take the number and then decrease that number by 1 until you get to the number 1. So we'll just multiply 3 times 2 times 1 together to find the answer. 3 times 2 times 1 is 6. So 3 factorial equals 6, and that's our final answer. Evaluate 14 factorial divided by 11 factorial. If we were to write this out, we would have 14 factorial on top, which is the same as 14 times 13 times 12 times 11 times 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 and times 1. Then if we were to write 11 factorial on the bottom, we would have 11 times 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Now, we could do this on our calculator by doing 14 factorial divided by 11 factorial, or by punching in 14 times 13 times 12 times 11, and then dividing by 11 times 10 times 9 and so forth. But sometimes when we do that on our calculator can't hold that many digits. So sometimes it's best to do this by writing it out and then canceling factors on the top and bottom of the fraction, and then we'll have a smaller multiplication calculation to do on our calculator. So if we look at the top and bottom of this fraction, I'm going to cancel out like factors. If we look at the top, we have 11 times 10 times 9 all the way to times 1. And we also have that same thing on the bottom. So I can cancel the 11, the 10, the 9, the 8, and so forth on the top and the bottom. And that just leaves me with a 14 times 13 times 12 on the top. And I'm not dividing by anything on the bottom because I canceled all those factors out. So the answer to this problem is just the product of 14 times 13 times 12. And when you do 14 times 13 times 12 on your calculator, you get an answer of 2,184. And that's our final answer.